Yeah.
Wow, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
what else you got going on in terms of like your career? Because it's like you traveling every day.
So we're traveling. The speaking thing is really, really cool. Last week we were just in Philadelphia with Dr. Eric Thomas and Q Deasy and Karen Civil and Toby, an amazing artist. So that was awesome. I've been getting a lot of adoption gigs. So my heart is so adoption. I'm starting to attract that. And then we're creating some television opportunities. And then we also have an documentary that we're shooting. Notice I said documentary. It's already trademarked. Praise God.
Or you want to set it out?
Yeah, no doubt. So the documentary is coming out, just displaying different stories of people like me who, whether it came from adoption or foster care, but became somewhat successful in their fields. Tiffany Haddish, Kurt Franklin. We tell the story of Steve Jobs. A lot of people don't know that your iPhone is from an adoptee. So just kind of showing us so other children across the country can know that we're not leftovers. Like, we're not the kids that have to go to jail, have to sell dope. Statistically, it may say so, but we're shifting that narrative.
Yeah, listen, I want to give y'all the game. So we're in this bus going down to, where was we going that one time? Where did we go?
I think we went to Alabama.
Some part of Alabama. It was me, Willie Moore Jr., E.T., Jeremy Anderson, Inky Johnson.
Don't say Inky.
Locked in a bus for hours.
Yeah.
Was CJ there?
C didn't come.
C didn't come. So, like, listen, locked in a bus for hours. E.T., Willie Moore Jr., Inky Johnson, Jeremy Anderson. And I'm in there like, how did I get here?
Hey, quiet as Kev. I was the same way. Like, this is cool. Ooh, we about to take over the world.
Oh, man, that joint was incredible. And Willie gave me one thing that revolutionized my whole career. He told me to put one question on my website. When it comes to like booking me, just let them tell you how much money they got. The budget. So, like, you got to answer all these questions on my website now. And there's one question down there that says, "What's your budget?" He was like, "Yo, that tells people this ain't free. Like, this ain't. I mean, I am a commissioned speaker. I just wanted to tell you thank you because you've helped me make tens of thousands of dollars with that one question." So we
indeed, praise God, that's good. I'm glad to see you winning. I want everybody to win.
Bro, out of that whole trip, that one conversation I had with Willie, changed me.
Hey, I want to see everybody win. It's out
Absolutely.
There. It's out there.
And it's not even you just saying that because he really wants to see everybody win. I've seen him help so many people just being involved in the community.
Got to do it.
So I want to wrap up because this is just an amazing. Well, I want to get in the Q&A. Y'all got a couple questions? I got a couple? Okay, get a couple questions.
Please ask questions. I enjoy it. Yeah.
I ask everybody this question because I like to make predictions. Okay. I want you to tell us where you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years so that when we watch this in 2025, 2030, like, we can say, wow, I got Willie Moore Jr. I got Willie Moore Jr. on camera saying he was going to do this, and it actually happened.
Wow, that's so cool. The way I see things coming in the next 5 or 10 years, of course, you know, we're going to have another amazing run with television. Like, I feel that in my heart real strong that the Lord's going to allow us to be on television, mainstream television, you know, whether that's just acting or creating content or something in television. I know that's going to be big. I think I'm going to do some movies. Movies are really, really cool. I've been working out in the gym, watching The Rock and watching Kevin Hart. Like, I watch them every morning. Like, I just like the energy that they have because I don't live in Hollywood. I just want to be around Hollywood every day. So I get on the treadmill. I hang out with them, just kind of listening to their ideologies and how they think. So I know that's going to come. But I never come up with a vision to be seen. I come up with a vision to be purposeful. And so my underlying mission, like, if I say I want to do something, okay, so what am I doing it for? And so my mission is literally to have a big enough star to shed more light on adoption and foster care. You know, I want to be able to say this is important and people actually really listen. The Kingdom Space is doing good. Over 387 people have signed up this year to be foster parents. African American people are actually doing that.
Through your organization?
Yeah, through the organization. I'm excited about that. But 10 years from now, we're going to have certified Will Flow homes, right? So my mom's name is Flora, my dad's name Willie, so that's Will Flow. I kind of merged them together. So through the Will Flow Foundation, we're going to have homes. So on the toughest night that children get ripped away from their family, they're going to have to go to these foster homes. And in these foster homes, these are going to be beautiful homes with pools, smart boards, equipped for them to say, you know what, this was better than what I just left, to give them a lot more peace on the inside to be there. And they're going to learn the ways of Willie and Flora Moore, how to love more than they complain, how to think about people more than they think about finances. And we're actually going to pay our parents who are going to be in the house, we're going to pay them high 5 figures to 6 figures just to be parents, right? We're going to have smart boards. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, I can call Dave and say, listen, I got a young man. He's been in foster care now for the last year. He's really into entrepreneurship. Could you mentor him for about the next month? Well, what do I have to do? You just got to pop in, have some type of curriculum, and pop in on the smart board. I don't need you there. They go in, they get a chance to talk to David Shands. You want to be a basketball player? Hey, Kobe, if you don't mind, I want you to talk to this group of kids about basketball and the ins and outs of that. And so the kids are going to have an amazing experience. It's 110,000 kids right now who need to be adopted. And I just think that's not a large number when there are over 300,000 churches here. So you'll start seeing me shake it up a little bit with one church, one child. And so we're getting one church to do one child, and we're going to get this thing done. And then lastly, I'll be moving into politics, kind of changing legislation on adoption. That will be what it is, right? Like I just want to change legislation there. And then after that, who knows? But that's kind of my goals for the next 10 years.
Yo, is it not clear?
Yeah.
How many people just listening to him, you said to yourself, yo, I don't even know what I want for real. Like, really? Yo, he says it as I see that he sees it. So much so that a whole crowd, when he paints the picture.
Can you see it? That's pretty cool, right?
Can y'all see it? Can y'all see it? Can y'all see it?
That's good.
Listen, all right, we got three questions. Miss Kane.
My question would be, what is one piece of advice that you've been given either as a child or as an adult now that you are currently living by to this day?
I would say that one piece of advice that I'm living by to this day came from my dad. He's 87. He said, well, he gives a lot of them. Number one, my personal one is he always tells me before I get off the phone, don't ever forget who loves you. Don't ever forget who loves you. God and me, and me and God running neck and neck. That's what he always said. So that's for me. But then I would say life advice would probably be just know what to want, because he had a marginal education, but his portfolio is amazing now. You know what I mean? And he said, you know, the young people, y'all do really, really good, but y'all just don't know what to want. You want a Corvette when you ain't got Corvette money. You want a mansion and you ain't got mansion money. You want to look good. I want peace. And so he said, just know what to want. So I still do that now. This is a huge estate that I wanted out in Covington. Of course, Covington was so far away, but it just wasn't time, because I always remember, like, all right, Dad, tell me, know what to want. And so it's giving me a lot of wisdom. So I would tell you, man, know what to want. Don't want what he wants. Don't want what he wants. Like, really know what you want, so you're not chasing facades and clout. You know what I mean? So I don't ever chase clout. This shirt came from H&M. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Robert Gould.
Brother Willie.
Yes, sir.
All of us have that fork in the road
in
our life.
Yes, sir.
When did that happen to you? And do you ever think about looking at that other turn, or you just said, that's gone?
The fork in the road came from me living in Los Angeles. Man, we were just doing everything outside of what I thought my mama had taught me. And when I went to church, and then getting on a balcony, still smoking and hearing the Lord say, your way or my way. The first time I ever heard an audible voice, I was like, ooh, I must be really messing up that he got to knock on my door and give me his voice. Like, that's crazy. Or there's some good weed or something. I don't know. Right? But it shook my whole body. And I knew that was the Lord telling me that he wanted to move me in a different direction. Do I ever look at the other fork? Of course I do. But now when I look, God also gives me a vision. So going into 2020, I'm bringing the Pretty Willie stuff back. I feel like I taught people how to have children, but I didn't show them how to raise them. I didn't give them life skills. I didn't do that. And so what I see now is that we're going to, now I got to get a #1 record somewhere, whether it's gospel or urban. So I'm in the studio now working with some guys who are writing some really cool music. And then I'm doing what I can, you know what I mean? But the goal is to get this #1 record, bring the attention back to the musical brand, and then I can go out and do Fox Theaters and tell the story of how I did get into it with Nelly, how I did, do this in entrepreneurship, how you were able to get married, how I had a baby out of wedlock, how I went broke. And then at the end of it, I can give them the real solution. The solution for me was Jesus Christ. And I know you might not believe in what I believe in, but I don't fight with religion because I'm not religious. I'm results. I'm the proof. And so people can't doubt the proof. And so I want to be able to do that in the general market. So that's my goal for 2020. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, it's just so impressive
Yeah.
to see what you see.
Yeah.
Like, anybody catching that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Like, he's a visionary. Like, he sees it, and I have no doubt it's gonna happen. That's it.
Hey there. So,
Hey.
question.
Yeah.
A huge fan of your work regarding your video about relationships.
Yeah.
And you and your wife put out that book.
Yeah.
Well, you put out a book about marriage and talked about your child out of wedlock and how talked about like the triangle theory. I'm a huge fan of that.
Glory to God. Yeah.
Created. And so, do you have any plans to do anything else in the relationship arena with you or with your wife combined? Are you guys going to do anything else with that?
I hope so.
Me too.
And really optimistic. However, I don't want to force her to do something. You know what I mean? Like I'm the guy who, I'm a strong I. Like I want everybody to be a part. She's more of a like, hey, so it was a little tough getting her out to do that. But once she gets on stage, she's good. I just don't want to put her in any more uncomfortable situation. Like the last thing I want to do is be to not be organic with what we're doing. But we got a lot of great stories to tell now. I will say that Khalil, my first blood relative that I ever met, 16 years old, his dad and I, he's also a man of God. We wrote out a skeleton about this new book that we want to do called The Common Denominator, and how we get two men raising one child on one accord under one God. And so we want to show men, if you the baby daddy, you ain't gotta like kill the dude, and if you the guy who has this child, you ain't gotta be mad at this man who chose to be with the woman that you didn't want to be with. And we love each other. We pray for each other. This is the season where I'm praying for him more than ever because I want him to get a big house. I want him to, I'm like, live your promise, bro. So I'm calling every, once a week. So I think we have something unique there. I don't quite have the vision, right? Like I don't see it exactly the way I should. So I know it's a little premature, but I know that's something that's going to happen. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Clap it up. Yeah. Willie, man, I want to say thank you.
Can I ask her, because I'm a fan of her on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Yeah, she be dropping jewels.
What is your greatest fear, or if you don't have one, what has been your greatest fear, and how have you overcome that? And what would you tell someone else who is battling some type of fear in life, so whatever it is, what is your greatest fear, or if you don't have one, what has been your greatest fear, and how do you counteract that?
Man, I'm scared every single day. When you come from St. Louis, Missouri, and your diploma read Ferguson Florissant School District, where the median income is $17,000, and you had never seen anybody successful outside of doing the wrong thing, like real success, when you get these opportunities, you don't take them lightly. So I've been doing it afraid for so long. And so what I am trying to do is stop doing it afraid and do it for the love of it. Like I'm still in survival mode. I remember one time my wife pulled me to the side and she said, "How much do we need, baby?" And I was like, I don't know. Like I really don't. It's just when you get into survival mode, you just start to go get it. So any person fighting fear, fight while you working though. Like don't fight, don't be so afraid to get started. Like I fight every single day. I still get on radio. I still do these television hits. I'm still gonna do every interview. I'm still gonna come to the #1 podcast in the world. Like I'm still gonna do it.
Real quick.
You know what I mean?
Real quick.
Yeah. Like I'm still gonna do it. So just do it afraid until you can do it for the love. I sat down with either I sat down and sat with him. I did Steve Harvey's thing, and sometimes I think it was a YouTube, but he talked about, man, I'm scared every day, man. But I gotta get these millions, man. I gotta do what I have to do. I'm not that extreme, but should I be afraid? It's a tough, it's a unique game. You could be hot today, be cold tomorrow. That's why I'm around E.T. He challenged us to write every book, kill every gig, touch every heart. While you in that, make sure that if they take you out of that space, they gonna miss you. You gonna miss me. I'm like, you let me, okay. I'm gonna go do it. So just do it afraid. And just specifically to you, I just want to let you know, and I don't want to turn this into like a prophetic meeting, so I ain't gonna be weird, but I want you to literally stop looking at the likes. I don't want you to look at the audience, because with 6,000 people, 8,000 people, 9,000 people, the favor that rests on your life, you'll be able to do more than people who touch millions of people. There's a collective of people who are really bought into what you are giving them because it comes from a pure place. And so I see you second guessing some of the posts that you want to do. I see you overcorrecting some of the things that you do in my head. What I want you to learn how to do now is I just want you to give it. I hear you saying, well, somebody else already said this. Can't nobody say it like you. And so you got to be able to say, okay, but it's me though, right? Like this is your posture when you get afraid to do, but this is me though. And that's not cocky. That's confident in the Father who giving you something to give to the world. So I want you to be just as bold as you've ever been with recycled information. Like I might have got that from Joyce Myers or Joyce Patel, whoever it was, but can't nobody say it like me. Because I'm a fan. Like I wasn't just gassing you. I wasn't just gassing you. I wasn't gassing you up. Like I really think you have something uniquely special, not just for women, but all people. Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
wow, amazing,
Yep.
amazing.
Yep.
I mean, if you got another question, come on, Joe.
So you talked about foster care and everything. So I work in the field right now. That's like one of my biggest things. Like my main goal is these kids when it's all said and done. Like you said, one church, one child, got the same vision.
Good.
I want to do tiny homes for foster kids. So
I love it.
what's the way we can collaborate?
WillieMooreJr.org or Willie Moore Jr. Live. I follow you right back. We can get it popping in the morning. I'll connect you with Chuck, and I would love to have a conversation with you. We got this thing called the Day of the A that's happening November the 4th. And the Day of the A is the day of adoption. And so it's going to be big. It's going to be real blue collar, not like a gala or anything. Like I told him, I want people to be able to come like me. I'm intentional with my dress and the way I look. So I want it to be blue collar, but it's going to be concerts, a whole lot of stuff going on. I'd love for you to volunteer, help us with that. And we'll put your vision in the vision. Let's rock.
It is.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. For people that might not know, mention your wife's name because we got the same thing in common.
Oh, Patricia Moore, yeah.
Absolutely.
Patricia Moore.
Shouts out to Patricia.
Yeah, y'all be praying for Patricia, man. She want to hit me in the head with a skillet sometime. I mean, but can you blame her? Like, I'm a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
So for those that know that sharing their story is going to get them to the next level as far as what God has put on their lives,
Yeah.
what would you say for those people that are afraid to do that because they know that their story is a lot to handle
Uh-huh.
and they just feel a certain type of way about letting that go because of the opinions of others? So
And then,
I know for sure, me personally, and then I know a lot of people that they won't open up, but it's kind of keeping them at a standstill because they won't open up. And that's the main thing God is trying to do or trying to use to get them to the next level.
so specifically to you, I'll ask a question to you, like, why didn't you die? Or what you went through? Yeah, why didn't you just die? Like, why didn't you just jump off a bridge? Right. Somebody who went through the same thing you went through, they don't have the resilience and the heart and the mindset that you have. So it would be extremely selfish for you not to share the solution. Because on the other side of this trial, you still smart enough to come into personal development. You still got your head on straight. God is still blessing you with some extreme visions. You got goals. You don't look like what you've been through. But it's a 12-year-old girl right now who's suffering through the same thing. And she cutting herself every single day. She hiding it with long sleeve shirts in the summertime. But if she heard your story and see how you got out, she could say, man, that could be me too. And so for me, I couldn't be selfish with adoption. I couldn't be selfish with my insecurities. I couldn't be selfish with like all the things that I had to go through internally. And you know, I know we on camera, but I got more influence in the adoption and foster care space than I have in the mainstream media. Just because ain't nobody never said nothing about it. Like so many people come out now and they come to me like, you know, they're big people now, you know them on social media, they're on TV, and they'll grab me and be like, you know, I was in foster care too, and I just never told nobody. I thought people was gonna look at me different. I was like, that's cool. But I asked myself, why didn't you die, Will? Like, why do you continue to be positive in the midst of never meeting anybody in your biological family? Why don't you go tell somebody why? Because it's a 12-year-old boy who cutting himself because his mama left him. It's an 18-year-old boy right now who playing basketball. He don't know himself and he living through his talent. And once he hurt his knee or something, he gonna want to jump off a bridge. He needs to hear your story. She need to hear your story.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible, man. I just want to say thank you because it was raining. I ain't gonna lie. Chuck called me earlier too, And the phone was ringing, and I was like, dang, Willie can't make it. And I picked up. He's like, yo, anything I could do to help serve? I'm like, yo, Chuck, that's my man.
And that's our squad, man. Everybody on serve. We got to serve.
Man, and then it started raining. I was like, man, I don't know what's going to happen. And then you had like some other obligations that Willie Moore Jr. He actually had some things he had to do. People came in town. But he was like, yo, I said, I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah.
He said he was going to be at Social Proof. He was there. He said I can come into the radio. He was there. He's a man of his word. So I want to say just thank you on behalf of everybody, not only just this studio audience, but I just believe this interview is going to help so many people across the world.
Indeed.
I mean, and I had known you, and I just never got a chance to really hear this side.
Yeah.
Or, be able to have this perspective. So thank you. We saying thank you. Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
So,
I appreciate it.
How can they find you? What you got going on?
Indeed. So make sure you log on to WillieMooreJr.org. Of course, tune in to the Willie Moore Jr. Show. You can download our app, the Willie Moore Jr. Show. And, more than anything, if you do not know me, because, I'm just a guy who can still swing his legs in small chairs, right? Like, your man can't do this, okay? Your man can't do this. But if honestly, you forget everything I said, and I don't really know, like, your relationship with God, but hearing my story, like, maybe it inspired you. And maybe you say, man, that's really cool. And then you just do like most people do when they watch YouTubes. They automatically just start doing some of the things that they heard. But I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that all of this came through the teachings of my cheat sheet that I call the Bible. And so if you just want to get started on it, like Proverbs, right? Like if you just want to start, like it's a proverb a day. Like it's 31 Proverbs. It's usually 31 days in a month. I just started reading a proverb a day. Even while I was drinking, even while I was smoking, I still read what I had to read. And then he started unlocking what needed to be unlocked. Success leaves clues. My Father, Jesus Christ, he won. He resurrected. So my life will continue to resurrect. You could be a part of that too, flat out.
Hey, follow my boy. Appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah.
Clap it up. Clap it up.
Yeah.